Dune time, Dune time, it's Dune time. It's time for some more Dune. Thank you very much for being with me here. Let's see, this game up here, Panda, the two-toned bear. Let's just see if we can get in here. Let's get in. Marcellinus Krisnata, been waiting for a while. Greetings from Jakarta. Hey, greetings to you. Nice to see you. Math is shout. Ooh, we got a subscriber here. Forgive me for not being able to shout those out necessarily. I don't have a good setup for that, but I'm going to figure that out. Yo, hello, Dan Zoe. All right, The Rock is in this game with us. Very cool. All right, choose your leader. Okay, it's either Paul or Beast. Paul or Beast, Paul or Beast, Paul or Beast. Does this feel more Pauly or more Beasty? It's kind of a weak Imperium row. Let's go Beast. Mathis, you subscribe to the channel after watching a few recorded live streams. Great to watch someone who knows how to play the game. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the streams. I mean, I know how to play. I'm certainly not an expert. You know what I mean? Like, this game is so interesting because I've played it a lot, probably like 100 games or so. But I still feel like I have a lot to learn, and I still feel like I can definitely improve. So I would not call myself an expert or anything like that. All right, here we go. We're playing. Stream quality good so far. Thank you, Ellie. Appreciate that. All right. What do I want to do? Well, I have my signet ring here. Haga Basin is open, so I can do a Haga Basin straight into a cell melange. So I think I want to do it. All right. Do I want to deploy? I do want to deploy. Oh, fuck. Sorry. So, appreciate your patience here as I chat along here. We've got a chatty bludgeon here. All right, so let me focus back on the game here. It's nice to chat a little bit with the other players, but between that and the stream and the game, my focus is kind of all over the place. All right, so yeah, my next goal here is to go to Cell Melange, so that I'm ready to pick up Swordmaster next round. So the nice thing about the Beast is you start with an extra spice and an extra slurry. The spice is the key one there, because it means that going to Haga Basin gives you 2 spice, plus the one you start with means you can sell 3 immediately to get enough Solari for a Swordmaster, which is great. And depending on how this conflict goes, you know, I'm going to get a little bit more Solari there. Maybe I'll get the influence too. Don't know. We'll see. We will see about that. Ruben Guerrero, hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Jock, you have no green next round? Oh, you're right. You're right. I'll have to. Ooh, you're right about that. Good eye. Yeah, 2 daggers and the Signet Ring. Those are my 3 Landsrat access cards, and they're all gone. So that's a good point. I could go to Arakeen and hope to draw one. That's about the best I can do. Now I have 0 persuasion. Ooh, it's been a while since I've seen that. So that's a very sad, sad round for me there. Okay, I will get first place by the looks of things. We'll see if Lido wants to challenge me. Yes, I've been playing Clank. I've been playing the digital version of Clank the last few days. Put up a few videos about that. Who here plays Clank? Any version of Clank. There are lots of different versions of it. Okay, Lido is coming for me on this one. Currently tied, but the 1 dagger puts him over the top. Why is that? Is the stream still happening? For some reason, it looks to me like the stream has stopped. Anyone confirm the stream is still working for me? What is up with this? It came back. It went down, but it came back. Okay, good. Apologies for that. Like I said, I'm on somewhat sketchy internet. But I'm glad it's back. Okay, so Lido did manage to take that conflict. I did get Solari, so I do have money, but yeah, as has been mentioned, I don't have any cards that can actually take me to these spots, which really sucks. Now I could go to Arakeen to try to draw one. The issue is, you know what? I'm gonna try. Okay. I got one. Do I want to deploy troops here? I'm gonna pass on that for the moment. The Rock sees what's happening here. But luckily I did manage to find a dagger, so it was a 3 out of 5 chance of drawing it. So it was actually good odds to get one of my access cards by going here. Better than 50-50. Okay, so I haven't visited any faction spaces yet, which is bad, and I haven't gotten any cards. But, you know, I'm going to get the Swordmaster, then I'll send the Diplomacy, hopefully somewhere. Hopefully there's somewhere I can send it by the time my next agent turn comes around. And it looks like I'll have 5 Persuasion to spend this round. We'll see. Now, unfortunately, Sylvain is not traveling with me at the moment, but I've run into an old friend here. I haven't seen you for a while. Albert, how are you, my friend? It's been a long time.
Yeah, well, you know, we're both running around this world and we don't have time to catch up, you know.
you know, it's your fault as much as mine. That is true, Albert. I apologize. But like you said, you move around a lot too. I never know where you are. Not even really sure where you're from. All right. Let's get that Swordmaster. There we go. Hey, Inkstone. What does ham mean? Oh yeah, so somebody said everyone is going ham. It's an expression that just means like you're trying your best, you're kind of going crazy, you're you know, I don't really know in the context of the game, like people are just playing the game, but and I have no idea where that expression comes from. Yeah, Scott, all in or aggressive. Thanks for that. Does anyone know the origin of that expression? Mathis, what do you think about the luck versus strategy ratio of this game? I'm curious about your view on that. That's a really good question. I love the luck to strategy ratio in this game. Let me expand on that a little bit more in a moment. I think I could use some water. So let me get that done. And I'm not going to deploy anybody. So luck and skill, right? That's one of the things that is interesting about games is some games are pure luck, right? If you just flip a coin or just roll dice against somebody, it's all luck. And that can be fun, even though like luck itself can be fun. But a game that's pure luck to me is not that interesting. On the other hand, you have a game that is 100% skill, no luck. That's something like chess. There's no hidden information. There's no chance whatsoever. It's just pure skill, I guess. And some people really like that. I find that a little bit boring, to be honest. I like a mix of skill and luck. To me, it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Because you get these unexpected situations that you have to adapt to. That's what's interesting to me. And I think that there's a good mix in Dune. So, again, let me come back to it in a second. Oh, a power play showed up just for me? Ooh. That's just brilliant. Hard as a okay. Thanks, Scott. So the luck in the game is, you know, the shuffling of the deck. Do you get the cards you want at the time you want them? Also, you know, what intrigue cards do you get? That's luck. To some degree, well, not to some degree, but also everyone else, every other player in the game is also dealing with those same factors. So their luck also influences you, and your luck influences them. But all of those things are situations that you need to adapt to. So, you know, if you don't get the card you want, you have to make a decision. Okay, well, what do I do now? Given what has been dealt to me, how do I make the best play possible with that? And a lot of that is also gauging luck, right? So, for example, last round I went to Arakeen to try to draw a Landsrad card so I could get my Swordmaster, because I'd kind of missed the fact that I wasn't going to be drawing any of those in the next round. So the decision is, do I do that? Is it worth trying to do that? And well, given the odds are 3 out of 5 of drawing one, I felt like it was worth a chance. But you have to make those decisions also based on like odds and probability, which I find interesting. So this is a game where if you're good at it, you're going to win more than people who aren't good at it. However, you're not going to win every time. And I like that also because it means you can play this game with more people, right? So I can play with my friends who haven't played that much. I've played a lot. In the other games, it would mean I would win every time against them. But in this game, it means, yeah, I win probably more often than they do, but they still can win. And so it makes it fun that way. Okay, what am I doing now? Well, I do want to get myself a High Council seat. So let me get that done. Now, probably I'm not going to be able to get it this round, but I'm going to try. Panda the two-toned bear. For some reason, I feel like that 2 is standing in for an S. Maybe it's Panda the stoned bear, but perhaps I shouldn't assume. It could be a two-toned bear. So playing that intrigue card there, that's something I would say is not usually the best idea. You know, an intrigue card like that gets you 1 influence. You might as well hold on to it until playing it is going to get you the alliance or get you something you need. Because it's just better to have like unknowns in your hand. Why show the other players what your intrigue card was? Okay, looks like I can get the High Council seat, so this is good. Now the question is, am I, you know what? I think I'm going to play the Signet Ring to do it, because I'm not sure I'm going to get another opportunity to actually play a card. Normally, I'd like to send the dagger there, keep the Signet Ring back because it's more versatile, right? It can go to more spots. However, there's only 2 spots left for me, Arakeen and the Imperial Basin, and I feel like there's a good chance I get blocked out of them, and I want to make sure I get my troop out of the Signet Ring. So I decided to do it that way. That's another kind of odds thing, right? New friend. Perhaps you shouldn't atutu-yum. Yeah, I shouldn't atutu-yum anything. Okay, now it looks like I would have been able to send the Signet Ring to Arakeen, which would have been preferable. But I had Hall of Oratory as well. I guess I did. I guess I did. All right, let me go ahead and just grab this spice since that's the only thing I can do. Geez, I could get a whole bunch of Solari here. Is it worth putting in 2? I'm going to try to get the 6 Solari. Maybe fund some rally troops or Mentat. Now, Helena might end up going in there. She goes in for 1. Interesting. So she does have 1 intrigue card, 3 cards to reveal. Obviously, there's more luck than what I mentioned as well. Like what cards in the Imperium row show up at what time also is another factor. But what's interesting to me is even though there are all these different vectors for luck in the game, the Imperium row, the intrigue cards, your deck, and all that, it still feels less luck based than a lot of other games. All right, well, I've got 4 persuasion here. Okay, I'm feeling light on faction access cards, so I'm going to take this guild administrator, and then we'll grab the voice. All right. I've had John Mayer stuck in my head the last couple of days. I was playing some music with some friends, and they were playing some John Mayer, and they were really good. Okay, I won the conflict. Great. 6 Solari. All right, I have money. That's going to allow me to hit a Mentat if I want to. It's going to allow me to rally some troops, which could be good. Siege of Carthage happening here. I've got diplomacy, power play. Okay. This would be a nice one to win. Nobody else has really a lot of troops. We'll see what we can do here. Now, it would be good for me to get an alliance. Because that would power up my signet ring, which is currently in my discard pile. But if I have a faction alliance, that's worth 2 troops, which is really good. Now, I could potentially get the Freeman alliance this round. So I'm actually going to try for that. So I'm going to send my diplomacy to Still Suits. That's going to get me water. Nobody else has any water, so I should be clear then to power play to Hardy Warriors, and that'll jump me up and get me the alliance. Okay, now I'm not going to deploy any troops now. There's no need. Hi, all in for water. Yeah, that's right. Hold on to whatever you find, baby. Hold on to whatever will get you through. Sorry, got that song stuck in my head. Okay. Now, in terms of the victory points here, Fat Worm on Lido is currently ahead. Where do his points come from? 3 points on the influence track. That's where they come from. Okay. Now, I might not win even if I do this, just because I don't have a lot of troops. But I'm gonna try anyway. We'll see if anybody can. I mean, somebody could probably quite easily beat me here, but I figure I might as well project strength. Scott, you didn't know that was a feature? Yeah, the clicking on the victory points to see where they come from. It's very cool. Very cool. Stream seems okay for now, right? That's good. Lido reveals for 6. Picks up a gene manipulation and a Chris knife. Okay. Worm Riders is revealed. I do have 6 persuasion at the moment. You think I should have hit Carthag first to get an intrigue? You're probably right about that. You're probably right about that. Yeah, Jock. Good point. That's definitely what I'm going to do now. No, it's not. I'm going to be going to Siege Tabor. Yeah, I mean, my thinking was I really want to make sure that I get that. And, you know, there's a chance somebody has the intrigue card for the water peddlers union or something that gets a water. But also, like, the voice. I wasn't thinking about that specifically. But I just wanted to make sure. So luckily I do still have a combat space, and I'm gonna throw it in. And we'll see. Memnon has 1 agent left, is probably planning to go to Carthag. So that's 1 more troop in. We'll see what's going on there in terms of daggers, in terms of intrigue cards. I have a feeling I'm not going to end up winning this. And maybe I should have relaxed a little bit, but we'll see. Taking a chance. Yeah. Well, you wouldn't do that unless you were gonna 3 intrigue cards. Yeah. All right. Well, it is what it is. Now, do I want to carry all? Sorry, this cable on my earbud is like driving me insane right now. Do I want to carry all? I guess I do. I guess I do. But yeah, not going to Carthag. It made sure that I got this play done, which was my priority. But it may end up meaning that I don't win this conflict. I mean, who knows what the intrigue card would have been, but it would have helped potentially. Okay, Poison Snooper. Maybe that was the intrigue card. One sword. Okay, well, I'm guessing there's got to be a combat intrigue card in there. There just has got to be. There it is. Well, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. But the good news is troops are going to be something that I'm going to get more easily now because of my signet ring. All right. All right. Terrible purpose. It's a terrible purpose. Currently, everyone has their Swordmaster except Fat Worm on Lido. 2 Solari short at the moment for it. Also no High Council seat there, so we'll see. Sorry, 1 Solari short. Lido does get a discount. Okay, what do I want now? I do have the signet ring. There's a lot of spice sitting here. I think I probably want to pick the. Do I want this? 1 extra water for 2 extra spice. I could also potentially let that build up a little bit. Go for it next round. Let me do this. So, yeah. No one has water. Marcellinus. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that correctly. Marcellinus. Marcellinus. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Nobody else has water right now, so I'm kind of safe to do this. Someone could easily go to Still Suits. There is also Siege Tabber here. Currently, only Fat Worm has access to it, so I should be good. I know, if I had the carry-all, that'd be nice. The carry-all doubles just the base spice, not the bonus spice, but still. Mathis, Rise of Ix is coming second half of July for the digital version. Do you think it's worth the buy? I've never played the board version, so I have no idea. Yeah, that's coming soon. I mean, Rise of Ix is cool. I have it for my physical game. Oh no, the stream. Come on, stream. Come on, stream. Don't do this. Come on, stream. Come on back, stream. Come on back. Come on back to us. Is it back? Are we good? It's back. Do you need to refresh? Okay. Hey, Janet Williams. Glad you're here. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, good. Okay, now, nobody still has water. So I think I want to try to kind of stop anybody from getting more. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to wait. So my plan is to use the signet ring and throw in a bunch of troops kind of at the end. Yeah, so Rise of Ix, I've played it probably 3 or 4 times only in the physical game, and I think it's quite interesting. But I haven't played it enough to make much of a judgment on it, but I like it. I think it's interesting just to mix up the game a bit. Now, I love the base game as it is, and for me, like some games, once you add the expansion, like you never want to go back. And I know that there are people who feel that way about Dune Imperium. For me, I think the base game is so good, and I think the expansions are also good, that for me it's like variety. Sometimes I want to play with Rise of Ix, sometimes I don't. I just recently picked up Immortality, and I've played one game with that so far, and that without Rise of Ix, just base game plus Immortality, and that was also interesting, very strange. But yeah, as for whether it's worth it, you know, I would say if you're having fun with the game as it is, you know, there's no hurry to get to add the expansion to it unless you just want to. You know, you could wait until you decide you really want to try something different. I have no idea how much they're going to charge for it. You know, I don't know how it's going to work. All right. Okay, so we're going to try to win this. I do have 2 daggers in my hand, and I have the private army as backup as well. So I've got a good shot at this. Scott, you went straight into Uprising. Yeah, Uprising is interesting too. I've only played that, I guess I've played that twice. And I'd like to play that more as well. I mean, they're all good, I think. Marcellinus, which one is better to get first, Rise of Ix or Immortality? I mean, Rise of Ix came out first, and that's also going to give you more leaders. So Immortality doesn't add leaders, whereas Rise of Ix does, and that is quite interesting. So maybe Rise of Ix for that reason. But Immortality is very cool also, and I think it's interesting by itself too. It's a smaller expansion, so it probably changes the game less than Rise of Ix. Rise of Ix replaces some of the spaces on the board. Like with Rise of Ix, there's no more Cell Melange, for example. And there's no more Hall of Oratory. It's like these things are different. I think there's also no more rally troops, if I remember correctly. They changed them to different things, which is interesting. But Immortality doesn't do that. It just adds a couple extra things. All right. It's looking okay as far as that combat goes. Let me reveal. For 2, I think I better just get an Arrakis liaison. That seems reasonable. Reinforcements. Okay. And 2 swords from Bene Gesserit's sister. Private army gives me +5. That's enough, but it depends on what intrigue cards Panda has. I think it's worth trying. Another 2 swords? Come on now. Come on now. Well, it's no longer worth trying. Well, save the private army for another day, another $1. No. All right. So, unfortunately, I don't win that conflict. The thing I can try to be optimistic about is the fact that, my troops are cheaper than everybody else's troops, basically, because I'm getting free troops out of my signet ring. And so, you know, I'm costing people more resources than it's costing me, theoretically. Okay, there's the carryall. That's pretty good. Now, I don't necessarily have to rush to that. Okay. I think I need to send this administrator over here and just make sure that that gets done. So let me do that. Let's trash a card. I don't think I need the daggers too much anymore. Now, I could theoretically get voiced off of this. That could happen. But I still have 2 agents left, so we'll see. Oh, it was The Rock who subscribed to the channel. Thank you for the thank you for subscribing, The Rock. Right, so people are getting points here. I don't have a lot of points, which is not really what I want. Like, I want points, you know? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do this first. Just make sure that that happens. Just cash in. Look at all of my spice, baby. We got spice. And then I think what I want to do is go to selective breeding. I mean, Hayliner is another good option, Jock. You're right about that. I do have the spice to spare. And, we'll see. So that was 9 spice that I just picked up. So, yeah, the Hayliner is a good option, especially because I do have the private army to back it up. And I do have plenty of spice left over. That is true. But the thing is, like, I may not even win even if I do it. Here's a Freeman camp. See, this is kind of worrying me. Because I can throw in 5 troops. But Leto still has 2 agents left. One of them, no, there's none of that. So the other option is I go to selective breeding, which draws me those 2 cards. That brings me to 9 persuasion, and I just buy a spice must flow. So that's what I'm going to do, because this just feels a little bit too tight for me. A little bit too tight. It's true, I could just let them sit there and not deploy them. That is an option. Yeah, there's just a little bit too much action here for me with my current situation to want to go in on that. And in terms of just going there and not deploying them, it could be a good move. But I liked this kind of guaranteed victory point out of the spice must flow right now. And, you know, that spice goes fast. Like, I could potentially now Hayliner in round 7 and round 8. Theoretically. Different ways to go. I don't like this. This is not cool. This is not cool at all. Come on, I don't have that many victory points. You can't be threatening me. Threatening to take more of them away from me. Oh boy, I have a feeling I'm not going to end up with that alliance. And if I don't have an alliance, my signet ring is not boosted. That's not good. Hey, Pop the God, thank you for subscribing. Welcome aboard. Appreciate that. Opulence. So I've got 1 influence on 3 different tracks to get victory points up there. We'll see if I can manage it. I don't have a lot of faction access in my deck. I've got a diplomacy. I've got a guild ambassador or guild administrator. I mean, I think that's it. Oh, and a fold space. So it's not going to be easy to get those. Yeah, look at all this stuff going on. So, hey Mathis, nice to see you. Have fun. See you next time. Based on these numbers, I could have won that point with the Hayliner play. The Hayliner plus the private army. But all right, a grand vision now. Uh-huh. Now, I'm very worried about this Freeman Alliance, I gotta say. I'm very worried. I think I might need to go to research station here. Hey, Binjie. You thought I was on vacation? Yeah, well, I kind of am, but I managed to get a setup here where I can sort of stream, but as you might be able to tell, it's not working super great. The stream seems to be a little bit unstable. But I thought it was worth a try. Oh boy. Are we on? Are we on here? All right. Well, I just better play. Yes, thank you, Scott. Works. Okay, good. Yeah, it looks on my end, it looks like it's not working at the moment, but Syndicate, thank you for your confirmation as well. I appreciate it. Hardy Warriors and win this. Yeah, I lost the alliance. Oh God. That is one thing I could do. But I don't like the rest of my cards. So I'm going to do this. Okay, there's a fold space that might help. I have access to Hardy Warriors now, but you're right, BG, I didn't a moment ago. Oh no. Well, so much for that. So much for that. Well, I think it's going to be a Hayliner now. And it might also be a Spice Must Flow. Heyo, heyo, VZ, VZ, VZ. All right. Well, I put in that many troops. So if I do win, then I think I'm going to jump up with the Emperor because I have a chance at getting that alliance. I'm going to get another Spice Must Flow, so that's good. I'm starting to catch up a little bit, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. I could get a load more spice with my carryall, but I think I want to save the water for a research station. I think an intrigue card wouldn't be a bad thing for me right now. So I'm going to send the voice there, and I think I'll block off Siege Tabard just to get in the way there, I think. Recall one of your agents. Okay, that could come in handy. I don't think I need it right now, though. Okay. Now, currently, nobody has the spice to go to Hayliner next round, although, you know, people are going to be getting spice now, so it won't be too hard for people to gather it. I do have access coming up next round, so I can hit the Hayliner again, which is nice. I've got spice available for Private Army, assuming I don't have to use it right now. A couple of spice on reveal there from the Spice Must Flow and the Carryall. There's a power play. Is there any crazy reason for me to get that? Theoretically, I could get a guild alliance with it, but let's not get too nuts. Refresh if your stream drops, says Scott. Yeah, so like I said, the internet I have here is not the best, so I apologize for that. But apparently, yeah, if you refresh the stream, it'll come back. Another power play. So I have the cards to allow me to... Oh, look at this. What did he do? He just had swords. Okay, so unfortunately I have to play the Private Army now. Not ideal, but has to be done. Has to be done because... if I win this, then I'm set up to get the alliance with the Emperor next round and still go to Hayliner, hopefully. All right, and I'm getting another intrigue card as well. What do we got? Double cross? Hey, that could come in handy. Okay. Battle for Imperial Basin. All right, nobody controls it, so nobody gets the bonus troop. How did Memnon throw in those troops at the end? I kind of missed it. Oh, Sardaukar Legion. Okay. So let me go back to that for anybody else. The revealability on Sardaukar Legion is how Memnon got those troops in at the last second. I was wondering if something like that was happening when he went up there to rally troops. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to Hayliner this round, but I think my priority, because currently nobody else has the spice for it. We'll see if that changes. Okay, what's going to get blocked? Hayliner. Okay, that's fine. That's actually great for me, I think, because that just reserves it for me next round, unless Memnon has a way of getting extra spice. Because what I really wanted to do was to do this first. Make sure I get that alliance. And then go to Hayliner on my next turn. That is my plan. Shifting allegiances, okay. Locks up that guild alliance. Now there's a chance that I could also get a Spice Must Flow here. If I can go to Research Station, draw a bunch of cards, maybe. Maybe. I don't have, like, great persuasion in my deck. He now has Spice for Hayliner, which means I have to do that right away. So let's do it. As for trashing, I don't really want to trash any of these. So we'll just decline there. Unfortunately, I don't think I can really get the I don't think I can get the Spice Must Flow here. I'm a little bit too far back. I only have 5 persuasion. I'd be down to 4 to draw 3 cards. I would have to draw 3 2 persuasion cards. So I've got 8 cards to choose from. 3 of them are 2 persuasion. 4, 5, 6 of them aren't. So it'd be extremely unlikely to make that work. I think a better play... You can draw 6 cards. Vite. You're right. I can draw 6 cards. Because I can go to reconnaissance, get my agent back, send another agent. That's pretty hilarious. Now, unfortunately, one of the ones I would have to use, potentially, is the liaison. Which is one of my 2 persuasion cards. So I'd be discarding 2 cards, which would bring me down to, depending on what I draw. 2 persuasion plus 6 cards worth of persuasion. It's possible it could work. That's really funny. Thank you for that suggestion. Secure contract. Well, reinforcements has already been played. Being jet save for combat next round. Yeah. I like the idea of trying to finish it right now, though. Let's see what we get. Okay, I did get a convincing argument. I'm just going all in here. I'm going all in on this. I don't want to risk anything. So I'm going to be drawing... Okay, so if I play the liaison to go here, I'll be down to 5 persuasion. I need 4. So I can either draw 2 of these or 1 of them and 2 of the others. I just have to not draw this one, and this one. I have to not draw those exact 3 cards. Otherwise, I'll be good. So there are quite a few permutations that'll work for me. Only one that won't. The Rock, it's not over yet. Yeah, The Rock has given up, I think, and so has come back to the stream. But yeah, you should wait until the game is actually over. It's definitely not over yet. Anything can still happen. Okay. Come on, baby. No, no, yes. Woo. We hit. We hit, and we're too legit to quit. All right, so let me double cross just to make sure. Reveal. Grab the spice must flow. And okay, we win the conflict. We're at 10 points. Does anyone have any crazy endgame stuff here? Okay, there's an endgame. Plans within plans. Not enough. Woo-wee! That's a special shout out to Vite or Vit, who pointed out that that I could, go to research station twice there. Very good. All right. Well. All right, good game, and thanks to everybody for all your little tips throughout the game and your suggestions. I didn't always follow them, but I appreciate them anyway. So yeah, really interesting decisions. Lots of interesting branching paths in that game, right? There were times people were saying, you know, go to the Hayliner. I decided to go to selective breeding. Early on in the game, deciding to go to Arakeen to try to get that Lance Red access card, because and honestly, even round one, I did that right away. Round one, sell Melange, which you know, I was hoping to get the Swordmaster immediately in the next round, not thinking that I didn't have the green access cards. I think looking back, I still would do it that way just to make sure to get that done. But yeah, that was interesting. If you'd like to directly support the channel, you can become a member, and here's what you get. You're going to get a loyalty badge next to your name anytime you post a comment, and that's going to upgrade itself the longer you've been a member. You're going to get access to these cool custom emojis that I made here, and there'll be more to come as more members join. You're going to get early access to stream VODs. So the streams that I do on YouTube or on Twitch don't go up right away because I want to edit and put up, one game at a time usually. And that sometimes takes, a few days at least. So if you want to get those games early, then being a member will give you access to that. Also, sometimes I don't put both games up on the channel. It just depends. So whether I do or don't, you're going to get both of those games right away. The other thing is, as a member of the channel, you're going to get one extra game every month made just for you. So this is a game that's not streamed, that's not going to be on the main feed, but it's made just for members as a thank you for being here. But the main thing really is to support the channel. So your support is going to help me invest more time into the channel and hopefully make a few upgrades. So maybe get a proper green screen so things aren't so wonky here. Eventually maybe a better camera and that kind of thing. Anyway, that's the lowdown. You can see the prices below. You notice there are 4 tiers: Water, Solari, Spice, and Alliance. And at the moment, those all have the same perks. So it's just about how much you'd like to support the channel. Thank you so much for thinking about it. And if you sign up, make sure to let me know. All right, thanks very much.